A lot of people put attention on the Mayan calendar and a lot of the different things like this, which is fine. These people came and they left a bundle of fantastic things to go by, but it is the higher self and it is the inner self within yourself that guides you to the perfect answers. I tend not to, through trial and error, to resort to exterior things to aid me in my understanding. But there are people and teachers here on this planet now prepared and ready to teach you. And you will resonate, and this person will appear to you to teach you the proper things based on how aware you are and what your vibration is, based on your emotions, your thoughts, and the things that you basically are involved in. And it is not the focus to focus on exactly 2012 and what it's all about and what you think you're all about, but it's basically all about the service, and that service begins with love. And the light body and attaining the light body and preparing yourself for that all begins with love. It begins with love and balancing your emotions. And there's so much that we can go on with this, but basically we'll say this. There's steps that you should take, basic steps that you can take. There are a lot of people who are speaking on what you need, what is necessary for ascension, and I don't know if they're actually speaking on the light body, but what we're talking about, what we're going to mention to you is proper eating. One of the things also focused on proper eating. We are working ourselves towards the raw food diet. We have a wonderful friend by the name of Rama, evernewjoy.net. We have a friend that's always telling us and talking to us about how raw foods and the Mother Earth provides for us naturally. Every single thing that you could ever think of that could probably be a disorder in your body or in your thought can be put back together through the things that you put in your body. You can find this wholeness and this oneness through the foods and the things that Mother Earth generally provides. Any medicines, all of our foods, she provides all of it. And regardless of what is happening in the food industry and things of this nature, it is highly advisable for you to take this direction, because it is these foods that are going to help your body, to help you to remember who and what you are. And you are a spiritual being having a physical manifested reality, and a physical manifested reality in this third dimension as you climb in your evolutionary process. Outside of eating properly, there is exercise that must happen. The body has to be prepared. It has to be prepared, and when we speak of the perfected state, this includes working out. This includes having your body in the proper state to receive the higher self. This is one thing that happens upon before ascension. The higher self and the lower self, which is in the third dimension, connects together, and this is how actually you're rising to the fifth dimension to meet your higher self, your perfected state. But you can attain the perfected state physically and consciously here in the third dimension, and that's a part of the ascension process. So while you're eating properly or making steps towards an all raw diet, the workout is very important. And if you're having a problem with weight, or there's a physical disorder or anything of this nature, I guarantee you the raw foods will balance you out. And
eventually it takes time.
It takes time. And it takes time with an effort, with a beginning effort. We're not saying that you go right into raw, because we're not going right into raw. We're taking the steps towards it. And the general reason why I do it is because I like to present that to you so that you can grow along with me. I can easily just go raw and do it and attain the body, and there are a lot of people who ascended even already. So what you're doing here, we're doing it with you. It's a love thing. It's a family thing. It's a people thing. It's a oneness thing that we're doing. And I think by us coming forth with you, and we're all doing it together, I think it kind of helps. I mean, for a long time, before I met my wife, I felt I was alone. I was in Houston, Texas. I was, this was a very, very religious, this is a very religious state. And there's not many people who are very, very spiritual. Now, I just recently discovered that there are quite a few, but that happened, I came into awareness of that after I began to be more conscious. But while I was there, it was very religious. So therefore, thinking as I was thinking, which I began to already awaken at that time, I felt very alone, and I didn't have any friends, anyone to talk to, anyone to aid me or help me or to walk with me in this walk. And a lot of times I shunned from the walk and got back into my religious perspective because I didn't have any support. I felt I didn't have a connection with my higher self, with my angels. So therefore I just kind of just went back and forth in it. But when I moved here to California, in Northern California, where there are a lot of people who are conscious, a lot of people who are more spiritual, I began to meet friends and people, and then I felt, okay, this is where my higher self led me, so that I could not only meet my queen, but I could also meet friends who were willing to walk this walk with me. And that's why we're here with you guys. So back again to the subject at hand, which is attaining the light body. We spoke on love, resonating love, happiness and joy. The focus and the main focus on love, and actually training your thoughts by with meditation and with things that bring you the most joy in life. Do a lot of that. That's very, very important. This is something that we had to understand, because my thoughts were very rambled due to past life, past friends, different things of this nature, certain circles that I found myself to be a part of. I had to cut those etheric cords or soul ties, as they call them in the church, so that I could get into the oneness of understanding what it meant to attain the light body, to have love and to have friends and to resonate love in a way that these people I would attract these people through the law of attraction, universal law of attraction. And this happened for me, and I felt absolutely wonderful about it. Now, attaining the light body is so very important, but there are other things also involved in doing this. We spoke of the love, we spoke of focus, we spoke on the thought, we spoke of the food, the raw food diet that you take your baby steps into. You meat eaters, you go right into your vegetarian life, which is absolutely wonderful. When I first did it, it was beautiful, because you'd be amazed at how many dishes are out there that are very, very filling, that are vegetarian meals, and wonderful, wonderful meals. It is fear, in a lot of times, that keeps us from taking steps towards a particular thing. And if you don't have the friends or the moral support of people around you, we're here for you. And there are many people here for you. YouTube has some awesome teachers, and these light workers, indigo children, crystal children, they're all out here teaching, and they're wonderful. So seek and ye shall find. You will find the teacher. When it is time for the student to learn, the teacher will appear.
But always use discernment too, because people can have a lot of good information, but some things may be a little off. You just use your own personal discernment, your higher self, and you know what's the right steps for you to take.
That's right. And when we speak of the higher self, for those of you who are religious, those of you who may be Christian, that may be watching this, that's basically saying like the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit is that self of you that knows all. Believe it or not, and this isn't taught in the church, but your higher self, the Holy Spirit, knows all. It is your God self. It is a self that talks to you. Those thoughts when you're doing something, you're curious about something, I wonder how this works, I wonder how that works, and you hear that voice. That's your higher self, and it's been here with you. It's always with you. It's like your angel. That's with you all the time. It's always talking to us. It's just a factor of being able to hear it. And sometimes we have so much clutter in our mind, we're not able to hear it, or we hear that voice and think it's just, oh, that's just me tripping or something. But it's really not. It's actually your higher self, and it is the beautiful you that is trying to guide you into a proper awareness about what is taking place and what needs to be done. And so we'll get right back to proper eating. I think my wife has some things she wants to address I'm going 100 miles an hour